I tweak or mix this, you know. It sounds cold.
Where do you think we got it?
Moving on to the World XI. We've seen Jurgen Klopp win FIFA Manager of the Year, Messi win
Player
of the Year, and we've seen Alisson win Goalkeeper of the Year and De Ligt win Defender of the Year.
Did he really win it?
I think De Ligt won Defender of the Year, and wait, no.
Surely Van Dijk.
Yeah, Van Dijk win Defender of the Year. I think De Jong won Midfielder of the Year. But does Messi deserve it? I believe Messi deserves it. Like, his goal scoring record and assist record was a joke. He also won the double, and he is simply the best player on the planet. And this is where, like, I'm not sure about these awards, whether they should even
because that's
exist,
the thing.
to be honest.
It's an award based off an opinion. I don't think what awards should be given out. It's like awards should be clear cut. So it's because again, best player in the world is an opinion, and sometimes it is clear cut, sometimes it isn't. But when you look at top goal scorer, golden ball, stuff like that, it's done by the player who scores the most goals. You can't argue who scored the most. And when it comes to like opinions like this, it's like, so do you go for someone who's won the Champions League, in which case that's out of all these players that compete for that same prize, there's only one team who wins it. So is it that every year the Ballon d'Or winner or this award, the player comes out of that team? Because is it only fair that, well, they've won the biggest prize, so surely a player from that team should win it? Or then is it down to someone's ability, and that you look at Messi and you see he scored more than everyone else, even though his team didn't win the Champions League, he won his domestic league, and it's like, so which one do you rate higher? Because then again, you look at Van Dijk, he took his team to the Champions League final, he was a big part of that team,
and he did beat Messi's
Barcelona. Yeah. So again, that's what I don't agree with, is because then you look at the full team, and then you've got Mbappe in there, who one is domestic league, that by the way is the French league and has no opposition to them winning it. They win it every year regardless if he plays or not.
See, that's where I think Mbappe's got into it in terms of ability and popularity. But the problem is, if you do it solely on ability, then you'll need players like Neymar in it who haven't done anything. So it's like, where do you find it? Well, yeah, exactly. Where do you find
the middle ground?
The middle ground in terms of ability and performance. For example, I think it's almost engraved that Real Madrid players have to be in it.
Well, we talked about this earlier. So Marcelo's in it, the left back. Ramos in it, the centre back. You look, they had an absolute shocking, to their standards anyway, a shocking Champions League campaign. Went out to Ajax, went out to Ajax just by a fluke. They got battered both games. They did. So they went out against Ajax in what was it, last 16, something like that?
Yeah.
So they went out early in the Champions League, which if you're looking at that as being a level of where you sort of get into the team, like if you do well in the Champions League, you'll get in. Well, they didn't do well in the Champions League, so they haven't got in on that promo. Then you look at their domestic campaign. Where'd they finish? Fourth in life, that's right.
Third or fourth.
Yeah, so they didn't win their league, they didn't win a cup. And then I said to you earlier, Marcelo played 24 out of the 38 La Liga games.
I think it's embarrassing that Robertson did not get into that.
Well, yeah.
Or Trent didn't get into that. Because I saw that Ramos hasn't played right back in how many years? 4 or 5 years? And he got right back in the team. So I think it's disrespectful to players like Trent and Robbo. And I believe some people get in it just because of their name, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think they're thinking, we can't put Scottish and Andy Robertson at left back. So it is embarrassing on FIFA's part, to be honest.
Again, with this team, is you look at the metrics of how it's done. We looked at this and see 25% of the vote is fans, 25% is coaches, 25% is players, and 25% is journalists. So you could say that out of 3 of them 4, players, coaches, fans are all biased to who they like.
Mm-hmm.
And in some respects, journalists will be as well, because you'll have Italian journalists, Spanish journalists that will be voting for the Spanish players.
Like, tell me who Ronaldo voted for again.
Oh God, De Ligt, De Jong, and I can't remember who else.
Exactly, De Ligt and De Jong for best player. This should be a statement. It's like this every year, to be honest. The people running for the award should not be allowed to
Because
vote.
again, I don't blame Ronaldo for... Because people, they see the outrage on Twitter, it's like, oh, why is he doing that? He's an idiot. Well, no, if you were up for an award as well, why would you then vote for your biggest competition?
At the end of the day, it's attitudes like that from Ronaldo that's what's got him to the top.
Ronaldo...
I'm sorry, I'm not... Ronaldo's saying to himself, I'm sorry, why am I going to vote for my counterpart when I'm going against him?
You just seen Ronaldo's documentary where he spoke 10 minutes about Messi saying, he is my only competition, me and him are levels above everyone else. He knows it in his head.
He's not going to then go fuel the debate and vote for Messi to win it. It's not happening. So for me, the three that are up for it should not be allowed to vote. It just shouldn't happen because you do get a vote like that. And to be honest, I'm not going to hate on Ronaldo for that. But I do believe that Messi is the best player in the world. He does deserve to win it. You can't argue against him winning it. Yeah, there's an argument for Van Dijk, but I think there's more an argument of the FIFA Team of the Year. But to be honest, we know who the best is. The players know who the best is. They don't need an award for that. You can just tell you can't take this seriously. You can't take it seriously at all.
Again, going back to the old Marcelo Ramos thing, is that we said about ability and achievements. Even though it pains me to say it, you look at Andy Robertson and Trent. They both got how many assists between them in the Premier League? So that's like an ability point of view. Is you've seen their output, and then the achievements is that they won the Champions League. So they have both covered. So how can you actually say that Marcelo, who spent half the year on the bench, or Ramos, who was a part of the defence, had the 8th best league defence in the Liga?
You can't really look at it.
You can't take it seriously.
Nah, when you've got It's just one of them things. Like even Jurgen Klopp said, if Pochettino would have won the Champions League, he would have been the one up there.
But again,
so you can't.
Again, you look at it, and this only hurts FIFA because it just makes their awards less credible.
Yeah.
Because people look at the people that are in the Team of the Year and they think, well, this is a joke. And then you look at you go to the Ballon d'Or, because who talks about the 5th pro? Who talks about the 5th pro player? No one does. Everyone talks about who's going to win the Ballon d'Or, and that is because the Ballon d'Or is solely voted by journalists.
Yeah.
Who out of them 4 are going to be? There will be some bias in it, but they're going to be the least biased out of coaches, players, and fans.